everybody. Of course, we've had a chance to read the minutes. Motion to move the minutes. Linda. Okay. Steve. Okay, we'll go right into resolutions. IT1, resolution to increase the authorization of the capital project number 0123 highway equipment capital project. Talk on that.
Yes, I would. This is from equipment from 2021. We finally got it. And of course, the prices were up $16,482 from 2021.
Okay. Need a motion to discuss?
I'll make a motion.
Hey, Linda. Room for discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. IT2, resolution to increase authorization for capital project number B0123, County Route 23 Bridge over Scriba Creek. Motion to discuss?
I think there's a replacement resolution, taking this money out of fund balance rather than their capital reserve.
So we need a motion to amend.
I'll make a motion to amend.
Second by Maureen. Discussion? I'll let everybody get the things through.
Okay.
Oh, papers. There we go.
Thank you.
So basically, this is to amend.
Well, this is the bridge over Scriba Creek to Costanza.
Right.
And we put it out to bid, and we came for 200,000 at first, and what they're coming at us with, it should cover it all. And we amended it. We made a little mistake in our department.
Mm-hmm.
We put it out of the chips, and we didn't have enough in there.
Okay.
Or not, excuse me, chips, the bridge reserve, and we just put it into go to the general, or the fund balance, and we'll take it from chips. So it'll be approved for the CHIPS program.
So we're hiring that out.
We're hiring that out because the angle of that bridge is kind of out of our league with gas lines and stuff like that.
Okay, I need a motion to vote on the amendment. First by Dave, second by Mr. Yurden.
I think you had a motion.
You had-
to
Oh,
amend.
did I? Oh, I gotta
Yeah,
vote on the original as amended.
Vote on the amendment.
Vote on the amendment.
What do we vote on?
Vote on the amendment.
Okay, go ahead.
All in favor?
Yeah.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Now we're gonna vote on the original as amended.
I'll make a motion.
Seconded by Dave. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Resolution establishing capital project number B0223 Castor Road Bridge over North Branch Salmon River. Need a motion to discuss? No, need a motion to move the resolution? Second by Dave Wolf. Open for discussion.
If we wait till legislator Yurden's on the other side of the bridge, then we'll pull the bridge. It says don't do one lane.
We can only do one lane at a time.
One lane at a time.
We can.
Can you really?
Yeah, we gotta do one side because it's a dead end down there.
Just kidding. That was the only flooded bridge was taken out.
Does he go?
I grew up in that bridge.
All right, IT3, resolution, I already read that, so, need to make a motion to discuss?
Just did.
You already did that?
Want to discuss it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, it's a bridge on Castor Road up Redfield, and we're gonna do it one lane at a time because there's a few houses down there. And this will be coming out of the bridge fund.
Any other discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Carries. IT4, resolution authorizing transfer from building supplies and expense into repairs, building, and property. Need a motion
Make a motion.
Second.
and discussion?
Well,
Hello?
property, what, can you define that?
Well, what we have here is our overhead doors are falling down. We got a quote to get a brand new one for $43,000, I believe it was. And once we ended up just repairing it just to get us by, we ended up with $10,500 for just material, and we want to put that in the right fund, or take it out of the right fund that we,
How big is the door?
where they, 22 feet wide by 30 feet high. So, and our doors are getting very beat up over the years. So, but that's what that deal was.
So these haven't been put in the capital project repair or anything?
No, generally, there are operational budget lines for the repair of buildings so that departments can do some of the repairs.
Some of it we can do in-house, we have a couple good guys,
Yeah,
but
big number stuff you do through the capital project is usually can't predict it.
All set? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? IT5, resolution authorizing budget modification, Department of Solid Waste, Highway and Street Equipment. A motion to discuss?
So moved.
I'll second
This is for the trailers that we use to haul trash from the transfer station to the landfill and to the earth. I need 19 to keep everything running smoothly. Currently, we're playing musical trailers with 14, and we actually ran short in Hannibal the other day, so our recycle trailer got full. Any of you had complaints that we had to put recycle in the trash, that's why. So this is to, I have 2 on order currently. This will get 3 more on order, get me back up so we're functioning, and then going forward over the next few years, I've got a plan to buy more. And the reason is corrosion, age. This is over the road equipment, and the salt has destroyed them. So they're not road legal. That's why the 7 were taken out of service. So that's it in a nutshell.
The cost of the new ones are 105, 190.
105 apiece, yeah.
And you needed how many?
I already ordered 2, I'll order 3 more for a total of 5 this year.
Anybody else? All in favor?
that.
Opposed?
Did you get a motion on that?
Motion to discuss?
Oh, we did, okay.
Who was it?
Dave and Linda,
Oh, yeah, okay, I got you now.
do you have anything?
No, it comes out of the enterprise fund, right?
Mhm.
Good one.
IT6, resolution awarding professional services contract, Bristol Hill Planning and Development. Have a motion on that to discuss?
I'll move.
Dave?
I'll second.
Motion to discuss?
I'll make a motion to accept.
This is for, I need to get a new site survey done of Bristol Hill. We need to see if there's any cell space left in cell 3 before we proceed with capping. The next step would be to proceed with capping cell 3. I need to get an assessment of the remaining capacity in cell 4, see where we're at exactly, and then I want to start the planning and engineering for cell 5. Also, with this, CLCPA, we've got a Title V permit in the state. being held up. CLCPA has some questions on what's the future plans for landfill. So this survey will allow me to tell them, here's what our plans are, so we get that going. And also what I just said, to get other things moving as well. The DEC actually did a surprise inspection yesterday, their normal inspection. And we were standing up on cell 3, and he said, yeah, I'm kind of surprised this hasn't been capped yet. So it's on their radar as well. But that's what this will set me up to do, future, get the planning in order so that I can come forward with a plan and we can move forward with the landfill.
What's the acreage of cell 5 going to be?
What's that?
How many acres will we be dealing with?
5 to 7. I'm gonna rely on this to help determine that. Plus the other thing, I know Micron won't be affecting us directly because they're not in our county. But if we get some new residents, new commercial enterprises, any industry to support Micron in our county, I'm trying to be a little forward thinking in that, so we're ready.
Okay. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? IT7, resolution establishing capital project number 0723 airport HVAC replacement.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I asked you, can we table this for a little while? I'm still looking at some information and some numbers. So I asked that we can table that.
Okay. We need a vote. We don't need a vote.
Yeah.
Okay, well, all right. Motion to vote to table.
I'll motion to table.
Second.
Do you have a question, Marie?
No,
Okay. IT8, resolution, pardon me? Oh, I'm sorry, got a vote. Motion to vote? No, I don't need a motion to vote. All in favor?
Yep.
Aye. Just trying to rip right through these. IT8, resolution authorizing budget modification, highway department to transfer funds from insurance recovery fund into highway expense. Need a motion to discuss?
Second.
Right. Discussion?
This was an accident we had with our sign truck. Someone hit us in an ice
Yeah, I
storm.
remember that.
It's over $40,000 to repair it. Just the box alone that was total. So, and we got the insurance, just like to put it back in our kitty, but we got like another 2 months before that box comes.
So what are you doing in the meantime for sign truck?
You don't want to know. We're using one of our old plow trucks, a 6-wheel that plows these parking lots.
Yeah.
We hooked up the hydraulic signs so you can beat them, the hydraulic ram so you can beat them in the ground. It's just a little bit more awkward. So,
Anybody else? All in favor?
Alright.
Opposed? Carries. IT9, resolution increasing capital project number 0521 for phase 2, Oswego County Building Security. Motion to discuss?
I'll make a motion to discuss.
Second by Dave Holtz. Discussion?
This is for the second phase. It's to do the remaining doors that we didn't catch the first time. It's going to do the rest of the doors. We're going to fix some doors while we're at it.
We're also going to order some of the valves for highway and
Our department.
fire, but yeah, all the, and P&G would do can't wear these. So we're going to be ordering pots for that.
are we having a significant security issue in the building?
Not at this point, but I think we're looking at the future.
Because I knew influx of residents.
And actually, I shouldn't say that because we have had a lot of different clientele hanging out at our buildings now, sleeping at our buildings.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
The zombie apocalypse.
Especially this building. We found people sleeping on the bench in the morning. We had them sleeping at the back door.
Yeah, they were in the building.
So So yeah, we have had a lot of different clientele here.
And over the years, we come in the morning and found someone had used the bathrooms as a bathing, things of that nature. I think we found some people in dumpsters. And that's one aspect, but this all, the security, the camera systems and the part of this, but the doors, the camera component of our security plan is saved us in insurance claims and things of that.
Oh, yeah.
And once this gets done, with all the employees having cards, you'll know who's coming in, who's leaving, cameras are catching at the same time. So it's only gonna benefit everybody.
I think they work great. Will they be the Johnson controls?
It is.
It's a great
It is.
system.
It is a good system.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, committee review and discussions, bid 23 HW08 washed, 1A native stone. I guess the bid's gonna go to Lindsay Aggregates. Jefferson County tram request. Oh, I'm sorry. Gotta
Can I
vote.
ask the question?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Did all local stone quarry people bid this?
They send it above.
The two bid, from the chart, the chart shows who the bid was sent to. It looks like there's about 9 or 10 of them, and there were 2 bids received. That's the lower part of the chart.
Where's the chart?
Right on the front
See,
page.
we're like to the first page.
Right
Okay,
on- You got Lindsay and Heidelberg.
question. So I have a serious question about this. We have in the city Lazaric sand and gravel. And I have gone and had samples done when Kurt was here. I went all over the county, we looked at everything, we looked at materials, we looked at samples, and he said it was some of the most fabulous material he's ever looked at. So why was this advertised?
Yes, all bids have to be advertised. The ones that are that were directly sent to are vendors who have registered with us to receive the bids directly mailed to them. So if a vendor...
How does a vendor know that they have to be directly solicited?
They don't have to be. Bids are advertised, but they have the option to register with us through our website to have bids mailed to them. And if they have done that, then they receive bids for whatever commodities they provide. If they haven't done that, then we have no way to know they're interested in the bid.
Was this particular bid advertised?
Yes, they all
Where was it advertised?
are. In our official newspapers, counties, that's what the, part of the designation of the county's official newspapers are designated for advertising, official advertising.
Because I did my homework on this one. And 1380 FOB with 2250 delivery, they're gonna make a boatload of money on this. So, just saying, I did my homework on it. And I'm shocked that we didn't solicit a local taxpayer who's been in the county for 78 years of business.
Did he
Yeah.
bid on, do you know if he bid on the contract?
I don't know, I
No, he
have to
didn't.
call or go over there, but
According to this, he did not bid, and nor did he register to receive bids.
he was very interested in bidding, and I didn't say any pricing because I felt it to be completely unethical. So I just said I wondered what it would be, and it was a lot cheaper than that.
Is that, excuse me, so he does work for the city right now? Or is he just in this?
He's in the city, he's done, a lot, people have bought from him,
No, but I mean, he has the city of Oswego bought product.
I think so. Yeah, why not?
They haven't in years I've been there.
Well,
I'm only curious because then he would know the bid process.
Right.
He was actually selling to the city or other municipalities.
I don't think he has ever.
Because I don't know the gentleman, I don't know.
Maybe
well,
Graham-
I'm gonna say this though, I went over, I said, this is gonna have to be certified, this is gonna have to have mining, regulations. He was aware of all of that. And I said, what would this material cost, you think? And I was quoted a way less price, and there's hardly any, it's so easy to pick up there. I mean, I don't know. I don't find this to be really transparent, but.
If you would like to receive the bids directly mailed, you can simply register as a vendor with the purchasing department.
So he has to come over.
That way, in case, vendors do that just in case they happen to miss seeing the advertised thing.
His mine is right next to the county's mine. He has owns a vast amount of gravel. Okay? I mean, I would think it would be worthy to deal with. They're a Republican family.
Well, that can't have any.
Well, just saying it for what it's worth. It makes my head ache. That's a high number. It's a very high number.
All right, all in favor?
Opposed.
I don't think we got a motion on that one.
Whenever you make it, I'm out.
I didn't make a motion.
No,
Didn't make a motion to vote?
No.
Make a motion to vote?
I'll make a motion.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. One opposed. Jefferson County tram request. This is where we donate our trams. Yes, go ahead.
That's correct, yeah. Jefferson County has asked us again this year. They've done it, I think, 4 or 5 years in a row. Really, the nice thing about Jefferson County is we don't have to transport them there. They actually bring a low boy to the airport. They pick up the trams themselves and transport them there. And then usually the Oswego County Fair follows theirs.
Mhm.
This year it's actually the opposite. But I recommend that we let them borrow them.
Betsy, did I make a motion for that?
Yeah.
Make a motion to, motion to discuss. Motion to vote. All in favor?
If I may, Mr. Chairman.
What's that?
If I may,
Yes.
I finally had the Oswego County Fair request and all the proper documentation, the insurance, the letter of request, just finally came across my desk the other day.
Yeah, it's not in the packet.
Did the Oswego County one make it? I'm sorry.
Yep,
All
I
right.
sent it in the packet. It's not, actually, I'm not
It's
gonna
not.
motion it.
Okay.
So you did get it.
Yes, yes.
I need a motion to, the Oswego County Fair issued a waiver to cover tipping fees.
I make a motion.
Second.
Open for discussion. And it did it.
That was actually for a tram request.
Well, that's a tram request.
It wasn't on there.
Pardon me?
What you said, the train request was not
Correct.
on the schedule, so
Right.
you want to add, you want to amend.
While we're doing the Jefferson one.
So, that, make a motion to put the sanitary train request.
All right, motion, vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Make a motion, 911 communication coordinator cell phone request. Motion to discuss.
I'll make a motion.
On you, Kevin?
Yep, so one of our technical staff that's in the office is our communication specialist. He is our software administrator. Pretty much works 24/7. He is responsible for all of our administrative side, people resetting passwords and stuff. If we have any major issues with the computer-aided dispatch software or any of the other software applications that 911 heavily relies on. So that person has been in the position for a few years now, and now is requesting that his personal cell phone number be taken out of all the police vehicles and taken out of the different locations that we have CAD and the ambulances and stuff, and a county issued cell phone be replaced there. So that way he's not using his personal cell phone for all of that county business now. So.
Yes, go.
So we had discussion on this public safety about cell phone policy. Is that our policy?
They have to come here to
Okay, as long as we're not, it does fit our policy.
Yeah.
Motion to discuss. Motion to vote?
Motion to
All in favor? What?
Well,
Yes.
Chairman, I think, going back one, maybe I missed it, the Oswego County Clear issued a waiver to code Tipping Feet. I don't think we voted on it. We went back
Yeah,
and voted
you're right.
on the other.
Yeah, I skipped right over it. All right.
Yeah.
Motion, the Oswego County Fair issued a waiver to cover tipping fees. Motion to discuss. Dave, Linda?
Nobody wants to talk?
Nobody wants to talk?
This is normal.
This is what we normally do.
Every year we do this. So the same standard, Sean, you park the trucks there?
I park 2 trucks there, and then they bring them back,
Yeah.
just like we'll take them for years.
Okay.
I got the motion to vote on that.
There's
Motion to vote? All in favor?
Aye.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How long is this contract good for, Lindsay Aggregates?
You have to read catch, I do not.
Where's the contract?
I did not think that would be.
Be the bid specs. It would be in the bid specs that are advertised.
Yeah.
Purchasing it. So generally it's for at least a year, I would say.
Yeah, it's a year that I know
1 year?
of. It should be at least 1 year, and it's usually good for.
Purchasing until the specs are.
specs are online.
It just says the bids are open May 16, 2023 at 2 o'clock.
It wouldn't say how long it is, it doesn't actually say how many, what quantity we're purchasing.
Yeah, just price per ton delivered. That will be one. Is that it, Marie?
I guess that's it.
Reporting departments, highway,
Oh, let's start with our blacktop plant. We're rolling right along now. We had a few little hiccups in it already because it needs a little attention. But we're finally getting moving again after probably spent $10,000 of parts just to band-aid it together.
we're still working on the rest of the equipment.
Yes, I got another electrical bids from a contractor that they found, the company that we've been dealing with.
Yep.
And I got the quotes and everything. I was just gonna hand them out to you and everybody after. But we are paving, grinding roads, so our grinding. And then I had a request from Mr. Turner about Town of Schuylkill. I guess they want to use some of the industrial park. They want to get an easement to go on there, fix their sewer, clean them out, I guess, and they'd like some road grindings. And I just wanted your blessing, so I dropped on some road grindings.
Okay.
So that's all I
You
got.
guys did that last year or something, did you?
No, we didn't do it last year.
couple years ago.
A couple of years ago, we ended up doing it, but last year it wasn't. But they just wanted the roadways really muddy and they want to be able to get down there. So I said I'd dump them a few loads. I just want your blessing on that.
Any resolution for that?
How many loads?
They said 5 to 6.
What do we get for a load, right?
125 a load. But I have a stockpile at a few of the garages that we use for ourselves and do for the county trail. That's what we utilize them for.
We must make pretty good money though on grindings, don't we?
Yes. Yes, 125 a load. Off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you how many we sell a year. But there's quite a few. One job's probably 40 loads, 50 loads easy. So.
So,
Paul, you need a motion?
do I need a motion on that, Betsy?
On
On highway? No, just,
Okay.
these reporting departments, you don't need to. Okay. Updates on solid waste.
Yeah.
I asked, we had all my highlights in our other discussion. I want to introduce Jeremiah Thompson to the committee. Jeremiah is going to be taking the operations manager's position at the landfill effective next Monday. So that will give me more time to be with Joe at the IRF, with him taking more of the responsibility of running the landfill. So that's Jeremiah. I asked Joe to also come from the IRF and just give us a little brief update. We just came out of a shutdown and.
Yes, we continue doing long-term maintenance projects. We've completed 8 so far this year. We have 8 more in progress, including the long-term boiler repair that just got done, say 4 or 5 weeks ago. So we're back up running full capacity.
That's it for me for this week.
Moving on, airport updates.
I just wanted to let everybody know that May 19th, the weekend of that, we actually had 25 Boy Scouts at the airport that did a sleepover in the Experimental Aircraft Association hangar, and they're all working towards their aviation merit badge. So we had a bunch of our pilots that went down, did some talking and instruction, and we gave them all 25 a Young Eagles flight also, so they had the opportunity to go up in the airplane. It wasn't the greatest weekend for camping or flying, but nobody got sick. So, and then this coming weekend, we have the national chapter of the Experimental Aircraft Association is trying to host a Young Eagles Day, which is free rides for kids 8 to 17 years old. So we're going to be participating in that this weekend, and maximum 24 children can be flown this weekend, and I think we're up to like 20 so far signed up. We got a couple grant applications out there still hoping to hear, hopefully in the next couple of months, about the New York State grant that we put in. One application, 2 priorities. First priority is 2 fuel trucks to replace the existing ones that are very old. And then the second priority is a new tractor and a mower and a plow truck. So I think we're heavily favored on the fuel truck one, which is we're in desperate need of. So.
What do they run now?
They're insane. It's like 200 plus.
Right.
Yeah. Ours is basically the filtration mandates that we have to meet. It's a lot of plumbing and filtration.
Basically, they're just a 6-wheel pedal truck.
An old fuel oil truck is basically what we're using for one of them.
Yeah. All set?
Yes.
Central Services Department updates.
I want to give you an update on the video surveillance system in particular. Of the 40 locations, there's about a half a dozen that are complete, but those are larger locations. The Johnson Controls crew continues to plug away at installs. And even the locations that are complete, there may be a camera here or an additional piece of equipment that as we work through this, we identify maybe a gap in coverage or a designated camera location, we need a special mounting bracket for it. But it takes some time to get those ordered and get those in. So the crew moves on to other sites, which isn't exactly the most efficient thing. They're gonna have to come back. We have a list that the county is providing, we're using that as we try to report it. So there's been some delays, nothing that I'm particularly concerned about. Just for example, the courthouse behind this building, the 4 corner mounting locations, while the techs were properly to install there, they discovered that the grounding rods on the building, the straps for that run right down the corner of the building, so the cameras can't be mounted immediately adjacent to where there could potentially be lightning strikes, I suppose. So there's a special bracket that's being ordered for that. So a few delays, a few adjustments to the architecture. The vendor is inclined to think they'll be substantially complete by the end of this month. I think that myself. I think we're more likely July, maybe end of July, maybe even some odds and ends being done in August. But it's progressing. Another key point on there, the contingency funds I had built into the budget are exhausted or will be exhausted with some we've had to make some changes. For example, we added 5 additional cameras in the jail, which when we looked at that, installations were commenced in there, working with the correction staff, it made sense to put these additional cameras in. I anticipate next legislative cycle to be submitting a request for supplemental funds for this part of the project, which is phase 1. You may recall that there were, I forget the exact number, but several dozen cameras that we were not replacing. They were still serviceable, and the idea there was to haul a lot of them to maximize the value of those assets. So the intention was to request additional funds for future replacements. That'll be reflected at least for a first bucket of money to be available to replace cameras as they fail. So that'll be in the next legislative cycle. We're in the process too of deploying monitoring software. So, for example, Rich has access to cameras in this building. The next week or so we can set up so we can access the cameras here. Same with the county clerk's office. So progressing a little bit slower than I had anticipated before, but we're getting it done.
Very well, very good. And I jumped out of turn, I forgot you, Rick.
That's okay. I was hoping you would forgive me.
No, I didn't.
No, we had the contracts all signed for the elevator, so that stuff will be getting ordered. I'm still working on some other prices to get work done on the inside of the pit. They're going to be starting our roof down at our place at the end of the month. We have materials ordered for Camp Zerby to get some roofs done out there and get started. The guys are still working on the bathrooms out to DSS on rain days, and Camp Hollis, we're out there also.
That's it?
That's it. I do have one more thing. CNS, we met with them last Friday. They met with Board of Elections, Office for the Agent, and they went over at the new Public Defender's Office. Met with those 3, and they talked about wall colors, paints, carpets. They showed them the prints they come up with, and I believe it's going to be going out to bid probably at the end of the month. So we should have some pricing then. Good. Hopefully in July.
Anybody else? We're looking for the appropriate motion.
Second.
Dismissed.